समान भक्तिवेदांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से गौर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद से अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Pitra Chanumato Raja Vasudeva Anumodita Chakara Rajyam Dharmena Pitri Poitamaham Vibhu Pitrachanumato Raja Vasudevanumodita Chakara Rajam Dharmena Pitri Paitamaham Vibhu Pitrachanumato Raja Vasudevanumodita Chakara Rajam Dharmena Pitri Paitamaham Vibhu Pitrachanumato Raja Vasudevanumodita Chakara Rajam Dharmena Pitri Paitamaham Vibhu
Pitrachanumato Raja Vasudevanumodita Chakara Rajam Dharmena
पितृपैतामहं विभु
पित्रार्चनां चानुमतो राजा
पितृपैतामहो राजा
वासुदेवानुमोदितः
वासुदेवानुमोदितः
राज्यं धर्मेण पितृपैतामहं विभु
पितृपैतामहं विभु. By his uncle Dhritarashtra, Chanumataha, with his approval, Raja, King Yudhishthir, Vasudeva, Anumodita, confirmed by Lord Sri Krishna, Chakara, executed, Rajyam, the kingdom, Dharmena, in compliance with the codes of royal principles. Pitri, father. Paitamaham, forefather. Vibhu, as great as. Translation. After this, the great religious king, Maharaj Yudhishthir, executed the royal power in the kingdom strictly according to the codes and royal principles which were approved by his uncle and confirmed by Lord Sri Krishna.
This is very important verse. The king's duty and how a king is recognized. The first recognition was made by Dhritarashtra, his uncle. Why? Because there was fight between two sections of cousin brothers, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. So, the Kauravas were all killed. The Pandavas also, except the 5 brothers, their sons were all killed. So, it is not that by force, there was force, but it was dharma juddha. Kshatriyas, they would claim by strength, by fight, not by high court judgment, by strength, by bodily strength. So the Pandavas proved their bodily strength, and Dhritarashtra was under the impression that because actually the kingdom belonged to him, but on account of his becoming blind, he could not inherit on the throne. Defective in the body, a king should be all complete. So, not a blind man can be king. That is not possible. So after the death of his younger brother, Pandu, he thought actually the kingdom belonged to him. Now, after the death of his brother, his sons should inherit. That was the political conspiracy of the battle of Kurukshetra. Now everything finished, decided by the battle. Dhritarashtra accepted, yes, my dear nephews, you can become king now. We have tried our strength and you have come out victorious. Therefore, I also confirm that you become king. It is said, Pitra Chanumato. Not that against the will of Dhritarashtra, Maharaj Yudhishthira accepted the throne. No. He took permission. My dear uncle, now we decide whether we shall become king or you shall remain king. So he said, no, you become king. Now your right is conferred. Then again, it was confirmed by Krishna, Vasudeva. Because a king is representative of God. King is not ordinary person. Just like spiritual master is representative of God, similarly, king is also representative of God. The father is also representative of God. These are the statements of the Shastras. Because they will guide. The king will guide. The spiritual master will guide. The father will guide. What is that guidance? That guidance is how one can become Krishna conscious by education, by culture. This is guidance. Not that to guide them how to become hippies. This is not guidance. This is misguidance. Guidance means the whole system of human civilization is guide the people to become God conscious. This is the Vedic civilization. Not to make them dog conscious, cat conscious, animal conscious. No. Sleeping. You're feeling sleepy? Why not sleep? But don't make like that. So, people, animals, they do not know that the goal of life is to understand God, Vishnu. Animals cannot know, even they are instructed, they cannot know it. That is not possible. But the human being, however fallen he may be, if he is properly guided, if he is properly instructed, he can become God conscious. This is the special privilege of the human life. Animal cannot. You can train one animal how to dance. That also you can do. So many things, just like in circus, the animals are trained up to do so many things. But an animal cannot be trained to become God conscious. Sometimes also, by proper guidance, the animal also becomes. But that is very rare case. So, it is the king's duty to see that his citizens are becoming God conscious. That is king's duty. First of all, father's duty, spiritual master's duty, ultimately king's duty. King's duty, therefore it is said, dharmena, chakara rajyang dharmena. Dharmena means by religious principles. What is the religious principle? Religious principle means to guide everyone to become God conscious. This is religious principle. Dharmena. Therefore, varnashram dharma in the Vedic culture, the varnas and ashrama, they are accepted as dharma. Dharma means duty which you must execute. That is called dharma. Compulsion. If you don't do it, then you will suffer. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. And where from this dharma comes? It comes from Bhagavan, God. He gives this dharma. And the king, the spiritual master, being representative of God, it is their duty how to guide people to develop that God consciousness. This is called human civilization. Dharmena. So it is the king's duty to observe his dharma, Kshatriya. Kshatriya's duty is to give protection to the citizens, security of life and property, and guide them gradually to develop Krishna consciousness. This is Kshatriya's duty. Brahmana's duty is to guide the Kshatriyas whether he is actually executing his duty according to Shastra. That is Brahmana's duty. Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra. Similarly, Vaishya's duty is to see economic development of the state. And the Sudra's duty, because Sudra means fourth class men, they have no intelligence, therefore their duty is to serve the three higher classes, Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya. This is the system. Chaturvarnam Maya system, Guna Karma Vibhagas. According to quality and work. Brahmana's quality and Brahmana's work. Kshatriya's quality and Kshatriya's work. Vaishya's quality and Vaishya's work. Quality means education, culture. Just like a medical practitioner, when he passes his examination in the medical college, that is his quality. Or a lawyer, when he passes his examination in the university, that is his quality. But simply by passing the examination, if he sits down at home, then he cannot be called a medical practitioner. He must work as a medical man. He will not only you sit down properly, not like that. Not simply acquiring the quality, but he must work as a Brahmana. Then he will be accepted as a Brahmana. Now everything is thrown away. If somebody happens to take birth in a Brahman family, he becomes a Brahman. All other Sudra, and he may do all nonsense, and still he is Brahman. That is not. It is the duty of the state to see whether you are qualified as a Brahmana, you are claiming as Brahmana, whether you are actually qualified as a Brahmana, whether you are working as a Brahmana. It is the state's duty to see. It is the king's duty. He may not misguide others. Just like nowadays, a so-called Brahmana is working as a cobbler and he is claiming to become Brahmana. Not like that. It is just like a medical man, if he wants to practice, then he must get certificate from the medical board, registration. The medical board will see whether he is qualified as a medical man, whether he has passed medical examination. Then he will be allowed to practice as a medical man. So whenever a medical practitioner gives you a prescription, along with his name, he gives his title MBBS and registered number. That means he is approved. Then he can practice. This is common sense affairs in every state. A lawyer is given certificate by the government, then he is allowed. Similarly, it is the duty of the state or of the monarch to see that one who is claiming as a Brahmana, whether he is qualified, whether he is acting as a Brahmana. Similarly, a man claiming Kshatriya, whether he is qualified as a Kshatriya and he is acting as a Kshatriya. Similarly, the Vaishya. And Shudra is general. Shudra means one who has no education, no culture. That is called Shudra. So that is the remnants. First of all, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas and others, those who have no sufficient brain, they are counted as Shudra. Still, Shudras have also prescribed duties. If there are others, those who are less than Shudras, or even the Shudra qualities are wanting, they are doing anything and everything without any control, they are called Mlecha Javan. Mlecha Javan. This is the Panchamas, 5th grade. First grade, Brahmana, 2nd grade, Kshatriya, 3rd grade, Vaishyas, 4th grade, Shudras, and all others rejected, 5th grade, they are called Chandalas. Chandala. But this Krishna consciousness movement is so nice that even Chandalas can be also raised to the platform of Brahmana. Chandalopi Dijashrestha Hari Bhakti Parayana. Even if a Chandala is trained up as a devotee, he can be better than a qualified Brahman. These are the Shastric injunctions. Kirata Hunanda Pulinda Pukkasa Abhira Sambha Javana Khasada. The Javanas names are there also. Javan Mlecha means generally they are meat eaters, especially cow meat, cow flesh eaters. They are called Javanas Mlechas. So, the higher caste, they cannot become meat eaters. No. Meat eating is there, that is for the lower class, not for the higher class. Says, if anyone gives up meat eating or the bad habits of lower class, illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and if he is trained how to become a qualified Brahmana, then he can be accepted. That is sanctioned in the Bhagavad Gita. These rascals, they say that these Mlechas and Javanas cannot become Brahmana. Because we are making Brahmanas from the Mlechas and Javanas section, they are protesting. Some of them are protesting that Swami Bhaktivedanta is ruining Hindu religion. These rascals do not know that I am acting strictly according to Shastra. The Shastra says, Krishna says himself, Māng hi partha vipasritya jepishu papajonayo. Anyone born in no great family, papajoni, Māng hi partha vipasita, if he takes to me according to regulative principles, vipasit, according to the principle, tipi janti parangati, he immediately becomes eligible to be promoted parangati, the highest perfection of life. One thing is papajoni. So there is no restriction that papajoni shall remain always papajoni. Why? They should be given enlightenment. That is Brahmanism. Brahmana means liberal. And just the opposite word of Brahmana is kripana, miser. A Brahmana should give chance to everyone, even to the papajani, how to become Brahman. That is real Brahman. And the rascal who thinks that I shall remain simply Brahmana, others shall remain mlechas and javan, he is not Brahman, he is Sudra. Because his mind is so crippled. He does not want to see others to become Brahmana. He is miser, kripana. Kripana phalahitama. So our this movement is not for the kripanas, it is meant for the Brahmanas. We want to become ourselves Brahmana and we want to make others also Brahman, because there is need of Brahmana at the present moment. The whole human society is now running by the Sudras, all Sudras. Kalau Sudra Sambhava. In this Kali Yuga, everyone is a Sudra. May be born of a Brahmin family, but because he has no culture, the first culture is Garbhadhan Sanskar. If Garbhadhan Sanskar is not observed, even in a Brahman family, he becomes immediately Shudra. This is the statement of the Sadhu. So nobody is observing Garbhadhan Sanskar. Therefore, according to Shastra, everyone is a Shudra. Now, because everyone is Shudra, therefore he cannot be trained up as Brahmana. No, he can be trained up. Chandala Pidija Sreshta Hari Bhakti Parayana. If that Shudra or Chandala can be turned into a devotee of Krishna, Hari Bhakti Parayana, then under training he can become better than Brahman. So these are the principles of the state to see. Therefore it is called Chakara Rajyang Dharmena. Dharmena, to establish Dharma. Chakara Rajyang Dharmena. How? Pitri Paitamaham. The King Yudhishthira, Maharaj Yudhishthira, his father Pandu, his father, this is the descendants. When Maharaj Parikshit was born and his name-giving ceremony was going on, and all the learned Brahmins, they predicted that this boy would be such and such powerful like such and such king, such and such magnificent like such and such. That description is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Maharaj Yudhishthira inquired whether this boy will be loving his praja, like his forefathers. That is the first inquiry. Therefore, to follow the tradition of the Pitama, forefathers, the kings, formerly all the kings, they were following the footsteps of their forefathers. Just like Maharaj Parikshit, grandson of Maharaj Yudhishthira, when he saw that one black man was trying to kill one cow, he immediately took his sword and he said, "Do you think that because there is no Arjuna, no Yudhishthira, you shall do anything you like?" Forefathers, remembering forefathers. Still I am there, I am his representative. You cannot do it. So forefathers. So the monarchy, as soon as it became a personal property, the kings thought that this kingdom is mine. I can do whatever I like and still the kingdom is mine. Then the monarchy was failure. From the whole world, the monarchy is now wiped out. But the so-called democracy is no good, because democracy means by votes. So the votes are given by the rascal Sudras. So what is the meaning of electing somebody? The vote givers are also rascal and fool, and the vote taker is a big fool, big rascal, that's all. He manages something, somehow or other, to take the votes. Therefore, you see, dacoity is going on. The government is there, and at night you are not secure. You have to take care of yourself, whether dacoits are coming or not. And they are coming. So what is the meaning of this government? If the dacoits are there, rogues are there, thieves are there, miscreants are there, then what is the meaning of government? No. At the present moment, the government means that the same rogues and rascals come to become minister and take fat salary and sleep, and you take care of yours. That is going on. So it is not that kind of kingdom. Here it is said, Chakara Rajyam Dharmena. Chakara Rajyam Dharmena Pitri Pitamaham Vibhu. He was so great, powerful. According to the tradition of the Pitri Pitamaha, Maharaj Yudhishthira, recognized by his uncle, recognized by Krishna, took up the reins of the government, and dharmena, according to the, strictly to the Shastric principle, he ruled over. This is kingdom. So in the Bhagavatam you will find everything. Politics, sociology, religion, culture, philosophy, science, everything you will find. It is not that simply dogmatic, something saying, some miracles. No, it is not like that. It is a great science, scientific. Therefore in the beginning it is said, Nigama kalpataror galitam phalamidam. Nigama means the Vedic literature. Nigam. So the essence, the quintessence of Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. Veda means knowledge. I have several times explained. So Veda contains all kinds of knowledge. Ayurveda, the knowledge about medical science. Dhanurveda, the military science. Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Jajurveda. Veda means knowledge. So, it is Kalpataru, Nigama Kalpataru. The Vedic knowledge is just like Kalpataru. Kalpataru means desire tree. anything you want from that tree. Just like here, in this material world, we can get mangoes from the mango tree, pineapple from the pineapple tree. If we ask the pineapple tree, give me mango, that is not possible. But in the spiritual world, there are trees. That is described in the Brahma Samhita. Chintamani prakara sadmasu kalpabriksha laksha britesu surabhi ravipalayantam. There is kalpabriksha. You can get from any tree, whatever you like. That is spiritual. So Nigama Kalpataru, the Kalpataru, the Vedas, the very word referred Kalpataru means it is not material. It is coming from the spiritual world. Veda. Vedashta sadbhi ahameva vedam. Vedanta krit. Vedanta vid cha aham. So Veda is coming from the spiritual world. Therefore, you cannot find any history of the beginning of Veda. Because it is beyond the history of creation. Therefore, Vedic knowledge is perfect. Any knowledge within this material world that is defective, with 4 kinds of defects: mistake, illusion, imperfectness and cheating. But Vedic knowledge is not like that. Vedic knowledge is perfect. Therefore, amongst the learned society, if you give evidence from the Vedas, it is accepted. Immediately accepted. Just like in the law court, if you give reference from the law books section, it is accepted. Similarly, Vedic knowledge is so perfect that if you refer to some verse in the Vedas, in the Upanishad, just like Raso Vaisa, saw that Krishna is deserver of all pleasure. Raso Vaisa. So, Jato Vaimani Bhutani Jayanti. These things are, there are so many statements. So, Dharmena Rajyang Chakara, not whimsically, not by the High Court decision, no. No, there was no need of High Court decision. If it is confirmed by the superiors, just like Maharaj, Dhritarashtra confirmed, yes, my dear boy, you can become king. Krishna confirmed, he can become king, so he became king. Fighting was also there. The fighting also, they came out victorious. But still, it was confirmed by Yudhishthira and Krishna. Then he took over the charge of the government and he ruled the citizens dharmena, as it was done by his predecessor forefathers. Thank you very much.
Om Ganaratamyandasya Gananjana Salakaya Jakshurun Militanyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutaye Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prajarne Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Prastyatya Desatarne. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's verse was 1949 from the Srimad Bhagavatam. And I'm just going to read out a translation. After this, the great religious king, Maharaj Yudhisthira, executed the royal power in the kingdom, strictly according to the codes and royal principles approved by his uncle and confirmed by Lord Shri Krishna. So we have maybe 5 minutes or so. So I'm just going to say how Srila Prabhupada actually started the lecture. First of all, Srila Prabhupada, he makes a point that this is a very important verse, that to actually understand what is the duty of a king and how is it that a king is recognized. So who was it who first made a recognition? That is, it's stated. Yes. So this was after the Battle of Kurukshetra. The Kauravas were all killed by the Pandavas, and basically it was concluded then decisively that it was the Pandavas, and Dhritarashtra also alluded to this. So the king is a representative of God, in the sense that they have to actually give the king all respect, that the king will guide one. And so it's the king's duty to actually make sure that people will become Krishna conscious. So that's the duty of any state or government, is to actually make sure that there's religious principles and that the population can, thrive spiritually, and that will bring all success. So Sri Prabhupada spoke about the different roles in society. So that's the king's duty is the Kshatriya, and then it's the Brahman's duty as well. So what is the Brahman's duty? Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah. And then the duty of the Vaishyas. Yes. Yes. And then the duty of the Sudras. Yes, yeah. And then also Sri Prabhupada mentioned about those who are not particularly within those 4 categories. So these are the Chandalas. So what are the Chandalas, or who are the Chandalas? Also he mentioned the Malechas and Yavanas. Yeah. Yeah. So they're the ones who don't actually have any Vedic culture. So that's basically the majority of the world. Meat eating, and this is all Malecha and Yavanas. Yes, Chandalas have no education and no culture. Thank you. So there's one verse which Prabhupada he mentions from the Bhagavad Gita, which is in the 9th chapter, and it's a very important verse which gives us hope and encouragement. Yes, yeah. So basically, no matter what birth we are, we can all actually achieve the highest in devotional service. So there's no limitation in terms of by birth. And Srila Prabhupada also mentions Chaturvarna Mayasrastam Guna Karma Vivagasaha, that by guna and karma, so it's not that you are, he always mentions this analogy that if you're born a doctor, you'll become a doctor. But he also mentions you may have the qualification, but then you have to actually act as that as well. So that's karma. So guna and karma. So time is actually nearly finished. So I'd like to ask if there are any actually comments or realizations, anyone that someone may have found inspiring that you'd like to share. Yes, Prajnapu.
It had everything, the Mahabharata, the war, the intrigue, the cheating, the politics. But that is the one thing. And also, they're in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence of the Mahabharata. So we can experience whatever we like in there. But the thing is, as I said, it's basically the Chandalas. They're generally they can be innocent and they can be educated, which Prabhupada had done with us, and certainly I can recognize that in myself and my experiences in life. I suppose the thing is everything was in Mahabharata and Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay.
Thank you very much. There's a question this side.
I like the point that Srila Prabhupada made, that although people are born as, in Malecha Yavana families, or born in female bodies, or, Shudras or whatever, but they can be elevated to the highest thing. That's what Krishna's point is. They can all go back to Godhead. There's no restriction. And they can be elevated to the position of a Brahmin or higher than a Brahmin. So, and he makes the point that anybody who wants to keep them down is a cripple-minded person, is a miser, and cannot be a Brahmin, is not a high-class person. So anybody who wants to keep other people down due to the body or the culture or the race that they're born in, that person is a low-class person. And the real high-class people are those who want to uplift others.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. I think that would apply to people who are already born in the culture where they have maybe gone wrong due to caste divisions and all this as well. And then I can see that I think we'd be happy for anyone even to become familiar with Krishna consciousness in the Western world. It's something which is very far away in terms of the actual culture in present time. So, thank you.
Prabhupada was also saying that we need to create brahmanas. He wanted to create brahmanas in society because it was very important.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, because yes, we're a headless society without the brahmanas. Okay. So thank you very much, and that'll be it for today's discussion. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, all glorious assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,